Hello everyone, today we are delighted to have Mr. Wong, Chief Strategy Officer of Ntuple, with us to talk about the latest development of Ntuple. So Joe, we know that Ntuple's signature product, SyncTree, is a no-code API solution that could apply to various industries. Could you tell us more about it?
Sure. Well, you sort of already described it in a nutshell. It's a no-code API solution, but what that really means is what we actually help companies and enterprises develop their APIs in a nutshell. In one entire platform, from development through to the lifecycle management of APIs, we have a SyncTree studio that can help both large and small enterprises integrate all their legacy systems, as well as at the core of it, really do a data exchange between platforms.
A lot of financial institutions and other MNCs have their own IT team building their API in-house. So would your solutions have any conflict with the user's in-house API development, or it could actually add value to their existing work?
So a lot of people think that any kind of no-code or simpler solution is basically eradicating jobs. In fact, it's just the opposite. The problem that we're trying to solve in data exchange is that the use or the demand on back-end developers or server developers are so high right now, and it's very difficult to secure, and even if you can, to maintain that team and obviously grow that team. What we've done with SyncTree in terms of back-end programming, it's made it simpler, made it efficient, and made it scalable. In which case, for a lot of IT teams that are already developed, what we hope to do is actually elevate them, give them an ability to step up beyond what they're doing today and do more. And of course, to a management level, it's obviously increasing the productivity and the scalability of their workforce.
Could you tell us more about the reason for choosing Hong Kong as one of the destinations for overseas expansion? And how do you see the business opportunities in the Hong Kong fintech market?
I think Hong Kong is a vibrant city. There's an ability to actually test the market and actually see what the impacts are of different things. We have a lot of mature companies in this market. We have a lot of mature industries in this market. But more importantly, because of the international flavor that Hong Kong always had, what we show is that you have a lot of MNCs in this market. So that if you can prove out a business model here, you can prove out the concept, how it works, how it would deploy, you can virtually deploy it throughout the world. And this is probably one of our biggest strategies and why we chose Hong Kong to start our international expansion.
Now we're actually at the Hong Kong Science Park, and we know Ntuple has set up their Hong Kong office in the Hong Kong Science Park and has participated in the Hong Kong FinTech Week as part of the Hong Kong Science Park delegation. So could you share with us more on the experience in collaborating with the ecosystem partners in Hong Kong?
Sure. I mean, that was an awesome experience. I mean, just being able to be within that ecosystem, as you mentioned, is already an honor and a privilege for us. And we're delighted that Science Park gave us that opportunity to work with them, with their cohorts and their collab partners to basically present at FinTech Week and obviously sit in the same big booth with them. And because of that, the networking that we were able to do and the inroads that we were able to make with all the different financial institutions, investors, and different parties and stakeholders within the industry was just phenomenal.
Ntuple has been growing very rapidly, and I'm sure there are much more to share on the future development plans. So how do you see the company's development in the coming 2 to 3 years?
We hope in the next 2 to 3 years there'll be a rapid increase and rapid growth in our development plans. But one of the key things is hopefully in this time is really the education, because what we feel we are doing in the market is really evolving. Evolving in a sense where data has already become sort of the key word in every business plan and every business model for every enterprise. How to collect data, how to use data, how to integrate data. One of the challenges obviously has been integration, and APIs has been at the center of that. But because of the complexities and difficulties with APIs and the tediousness in some sense, both in the development as well as in the management, we now have a tool that will allow enterprises and corporates, both big and small, to both develop and integrate as well as manage their API lifecycle. Because we have a tool now that can help elevate their productivity and scalability, people can actually be creating much more useful products rather than the tedious programming work that a lot of people tend to spend a lot of time on.